Hi, everyone. Welcome to All About the Joy. It's Carmen, Rick, and Tony. Nice to see you.
There's people out there? I forgot about that.
So Tony didn't have on a shirt. I want everyone to know. And he was like, oh, let me put on a T-shirt. We were like, please put on a T-shirt. Woo! Carmen's back. Hey, everyone. This is my green screen. I have it because that's me. And Connie, who I kept calling Colleen on the trip because I just met her. So now that's like her nickname. We're parasailing. That's us up there. Isn't that a cool picture?
Cool. Very, very cool.
And Aruba. Yeah, I already miss it. I think I'm going to move. I'm not kidding. This is how it happened when I moved to California. It starts with the kind of joke, maybe I will move. The people there are beautiful. Have you guys been to Aruba?
No, never been.
No, but
it is on my list to go.
Yeah. Hey, Cynthia.
Hey, Cynthia. Cynthia was going to come on, but she's busy. Not feeling well, which makes me worried about her. But yeah, I hope you feel better, Cynthia. I'm sorry. I always feel bad because she always wants to come on and she's resting this evening.
Relax yourself. We got this.
That's what I'm saying. So, Tony.
Ma'am.
How you doing?
I'm chilling. Busy week next week. Got to get ready for that. Other than that, I don't want to hear none of this. You, ma'am, since you had something going on and you were so busy, you need to tell us about your trip. You always want to hear we got stuff going on. You always want to hear about everything afterwards. So we need to do the same with you. You need to tell us all about Aruba.
Aruba. Okay, what do you want to know? I guess, Rick, you were going to ask me some questions.
Well, one thing I remember you said is that they speak multiple languages over there?
Yes, they speak multiple languages. So they speak English, Spanish, pampimiento. I'm not saying it right, but I think it's pampimiento, which is like a combination of Dutch and French and Spanish. And they speak Portuguese as well. Hey, Melanie, how are you? How you doing?
Hey, Melanie.
And so a couple of times I would be hearing them talking in pampimiento. I think that's how you say it. Again, I'm not absolutely sure. They thought it was cute how I said it, so I'm thinking I'm close. But there would be certain words they would say, and I would be like, I understand, you know what I mean? So, but most of them speak Spanish, so it was great. So the people there are lovely.
Yeah. The guy that was a tenant in my house, he spoke Spanish. He was pretty much Spanish, so yeah.
Yeah, it's a beautiful, beautiful place. I do think my beach is better. I said that to all the women we were with. I said, I live in Santa Monica, and I just have to say, I think my beach is better. Your water looks better, but our beach is better. I'm just saying I have to compare beaches, so.
Yeah, the water definitely in islands are pretty amazing. I remember going to Bermuda, and I'm like, wow, you could literally see clear out. I could see through the water way out far because it was so beautiful, clear, crystal blue.
Yeah, when we were parasailing, this is a picture of us parasailing people. You could just see clear down into the water. It's so gorgeous and beautiful, and yeah, it was a lovely time. It was a great time. No complaints. Cool. Cool. I worked while I was away, though.
Surprise.
Hold on one second. I know, surprise. Hold on one second.
Bless you.
Did she call for sneeze on camera? She's never done that before.
But didn't I mute it?
Yes, you did.
No, I thought I was being like Andrea muting it. You know what? I'm so tired. I just got in this morning. I'm really exhausted. I had a layover and I did work while I was on vacation, which, I was trying to explain to people that when you have a business, you don't really have an ability to not be available. And so I did some reports for one of my clients, and then another client. This was so funny because when I was in the room with Joanne, I had to transfer $2 million somewhere. And she was like, what are you doing? I'm like, we're trying to transfer money for one of my clients and it's not working. She was like, I was trying to tell her, it doesn't matter if it's $2 million or $300. It's the same thing when you're just handling people's crap. You know what I mean? So I think that's one of the things I might regret is I really want to go away without working at all. But I worked almost every day, at least for a couple hours. So.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong, with a mojito in one hand or, I didn't do it on the beach because that would be inappropriate, especially but I had like 2 Zoom calls while I was away, and that was kind of a bummer, but again, first world problems. I was in Aruba, you know what I mean? So yeah.
So what was like the best part of the trip, you think?
There were a few things that were great about it. I think meeting people I've never met before and hanging out with them anyway. So I knew, of course, Mary and Joanne, because I grew up with them, and I knew a couple other people like Marianne and Lori. I've known them, but still, like hanging out with that many people, I was a little nervous. But it was great to meet all these people. And when you have a connection to people who are so cool, you can kind of trust that it's going to be a really cool time. you see what I'm saying? Like if I know, Rick, I'm going to go hang out with you and you tell me that you're bringing, 3 of your friends, I'm going to trust that those 3 friends are good people because you are, you know what I mean? And,
Right.
and I think that kind of happened. And also Mary and Joanne, the twins, they turned, which I think you guys met Joanne last week on the show. She came into the room. They had all these icebreakers and all these funny things. I think you saw the nasty T-shirts, which was hilarious. And like we played all these games, and there were no rules. You didn't have to do anything or participate in anything. So we're all grown-ups, but it was just really well done. It was a really fun time. So I think that was probably one of the best things: meeting new people and being easygoing about it all. And that was probably one of the best things for sure.
So if you had to pick one thing you missed the most about Aruba, what would you say?
The people.
Yeah.
I'm talking to the people of the island. I'm not talking about I spoke to a lot of the people, the workers who work there and stuff. And I talked to them just to learn a little bit about their lives. Like, for example, the woman that was the 2 women that were cleaning our room. One of them, and this is so sad to hear this. One of them is a full-time teacher, but she makes more money housekeeping. So she does housekeeping part-time because she makes more money. And I was like, is this all over the world where we don't treat teachers with respect and dignity? And clearly the answer is yes.
They don't get paid enough.
Oh, glad you had fun. I think you needed a vacation, since you said. I think I needed a vacation too.
Yeah.
I was so tired. I'm tired now, but from just not time change and sleeping. But I totally thank you. I think everyone needs a vacation.
Yeah, teachers don't get paid enough, and you're jet lag.
Is it jet lag?
Yes, because you had that big time difference. They had a long flight. That's jet lag.
Yeah. I tend not to believe in jet lag, but I guess it is. I don't know.
You tend not to believe? Okay, you're about to find out.
well, here's the thing, because all I did was go to the East Coast, basically, right? It's the same time change. So usually when I go to the East Coast, it doesn't really affect me because it's actually good because I'm such an early sleeper. So
you've done the time zone change on more than one occasion frequently?
Yeah, to New York, it's just not a big deal, or Boston or the East.
That's my phone, sorry.
Totally fine. Whatever you need, Tony D. We are just grateful to have you in our presence, as always.
I wasn't but honestly, I would think that the time change would be different. But if you're used to it, then I hear you. If anything, you just came off on vacation and you're relaxed.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm saying I'm used to it. I'm just saying it wasn't that big of a time. It's not like when I go to like Australia or something. That's a jet lag thing. That's a different ballgame. But going to the East Coast, I mean, it is Aruba, but I think flying makes you tired. I know that sounds weird because it's not like I'm flying the plane or anything.
I flew all the way here. My arms are tired.
But I'm also kind of sad to have to be back. I'll be honest. I really don't think we should. Okay, these are the revelations I had while I was away. I'm like, life should be much more enjoyable, like you are when you're on vacation, than it is on. There should be more joy. I hate to be cheesy, but more joy in our lives. Like when you go on vacation.
Yes.
And how do you do that?
Relax as much as possible, but you always have to come back to some sort of responsibility. Life is not on vacation.
But I was responsible while I was on vacation. I was responsible. I was doing my work. I was, touching base with staff. I was checking emails. I'm just saying, I think the difference is that it wasn't mundane. It was a different schedule, and there was something to do every day, whether it was like, all right, we all met on the beach and, hung out on the beach all day, but there was a schedule. We're going to go on a boat ride, and we're going to go on ATV thing. There was something different about every day. And I think that's what I kind of learned, is how mundane life gets when we're just here in the rat race. Does that make sense?
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, she does. She decompress. Exactly.
Thank you, Melanie. Can you call all of my clients tomorrow and tell them that? Thank you.
Yeah, I saw somebody say that they always take a 2-week vacation because it takes them a good week to finally feel relaxed enough to enjoy where they are. And then that next week they can enjoy it, really.
That's the truth.
So,
yeah, I think that would be a disaster for me work-wise. I mean, I did, in essence, take off 2 weeks. I did. But I only left for 10 days. So, but yeah.
10 days is plenty of time. That's take about 2-3 days to get comfortable. Then you adapt to where you're at. Enjoy the scenery. You got a little bit of work every now and then, get you back to reality, but then you can vacation a little bit harder, or at least get more out of it because you had to do something while you were there.
Yeah.
I get that.
Have you guys been on vacation recently?
Nope.
Oh.
I've gone to see family 3 times in the past year for about a weekend. 4. So they were short 3-4 day trips max. So I don't want to say it's a vacation, but it's a little bit of a getaway.
Okay, say this respectfully, but is it for you a holiday when you go see family? Because I know some people like going to go see family ain't no vacation.
It is a holiday for me because that's one of my goals every year. Go to the family, go see the family at least. I can do what I want to do easy, but to go see the family is a bigger focus. And even when I do what I want to do, I've done a lot of that. I can say that I did that for about 6 years. I go here, go there. With the job I had to have TDY, I was always running up and down the East Coast. Like it was nothing. So I've done a lot of that. So for me, it's about going to see family now. Vacation, it costs more than what I make, the way I spend money. And I'm bad. I'm very bad. I will go and blow a whole paycheck. It's very easy for me. So for you, you actually went somewhere you wanted to go. I think that was a load off of your mind.
No, I think you look at they look at everyone who went. This was an all-inclusive place, so you paid. I don't know what it was. I forget. It was like whatever. No, because they also had deals. They go every year, so I forget what we paid. I think we paid like $3,000 each or something, and it was all inclusive. So all your meals were paid for, all your drinks. That's why everybody was drinking all day. You know, because no matter where you walked, they were asking you if you wanted a drink. What?
I'd have been lit 10 days. 8 of those days I'd have been drunk.
I didn't drink at all. I mean, I did drink, but I didn't.
8 of those days I would have been drunk.
I had like 3 drinks per day because I would milk them, and then I was just chugging water all day. But let me tell you, these ladies can drink. They can drink. Oh my goodness, they can drink. And then they would eat at dinner and they'd get another drink. I'm like, you've been drinking all day at the beach. How do you do that? Yeah. And so for me, the I don't know if I would do all inclusive ever again. I will tell you, because I think there's a drawback to that. What?
I've never done it, but I would.
I think you would enjoy it. I mean, especially look at I think it's great, and it does include everything. And then, but if you want to do anything different, like parasailing, you got to pay that. That's a separate charge. But all inclusive at the hotel, it's the rooms and your drinks and food, and in that sense, budget wise, it's a great deal. It's awesome. Melanie just said, it's been a few years since I've had any semblance of a vacation. And yes, to me, seeing family is a vacation since I have no family nearby.
Exactly.
Yeah, I get that, Melanie.
Nearby. I got some in Atlanta, but the majority of my family's back up Northeast. So yeah, I relate to that.
But you understand why I was saying that, right? Because sometimes when people, like for Thanksgiving, when people get together for Thanksgiving, they get stressed because they have to deal with family drama. You know what I mean?
It's routine, it's tradition. That's what the stress is. It's routine. You're trying to maintain a certain standard instead of just going somewhere and everybody just being free.
Exactly. Cynthia just said, when we went to Jamaica, it was all inclusive. And let me tell you, I have some stories about my son, Xavier. That's just bad. Don't be telling on Xavier.
I can already imagine. My family would talk about me. If I was drunk all those days, and take a 10-day trip all inclusive like that, my family would talk about me.
But here's the thing. I thought because it was all inclusive that they would be kind of chintzy on the alcohol. Oh my God, they're not. And I'm not a big drinker, right? And I was like, oh, that's why I could milk it all day, because I was like, this is so strong. So they were really.
You got low tolerance.
I have low tolerance, but also this woman on the beach, her name was Vanessa, because we would have the same kind of waiters all the time because they got to know the groups. She was like, oh, come on, mommy. They call everybody mommy and poppy there, everybody. They're like, come on, mommy, you need to have another drink. You've been taking so long. Like, they're totally pushing. I was like, nah, I'm good. You know what I mean? Like, I would give her a tip just to stop talking to me about getting another drink.
You had no driving. They had no kids. They had no work. They had no responsibility. They were free, just let loose. And that's what it was. You could sit back, you could have had a sip all day, just been sipping your drink till it was watered down, watching them act the fool.
Oh no, and they were having a blast. And let me tell you, some of them were trashed out of their mind. You know, just talk about it. There is only one family member I have to be careful of what I say. Yeah, I get that, Melanie. Okay. Rick, when was the last time you were able to go on vacation? It was probably before your mom's situation, right?
A legit vacation? Like for real vacation?
So not family, I guess.
When I got on my honeymoon, we went on a cruise. That's pretty much it. And I know all inclusive. And it's like, you think it's going to be awesome. And it is, but it's like, but then after a while, it's like, okay, what do we do now? There's nothing to do. Let's go eat again.
Yes,
eat. Well, I mean, we were great because we got to go into the town and stuff like that. And you can go to other restaurants and clubs and whatever. Oh, Joanne. Hi. There's my roommate from Aruba. And she's still in Aruba. She's still hanging out in Aruba right now.
Nice.
Yeah, look at I'm all for all. I have no problem with all inclusive. I don't think I would do it again. I think for me it was a little bit too constricted because they have rules to stuff. You know, like you can only get one towel. You have to do this. And hey, hi Mario, how are you? You know, you have to for me, it was just a little restrictive on some of the things, but I would do it again in a new place. But now that I've been to Aruba, I think I would be more like, I'm going to go and stay at a regular hotel or whatever and not do inclusive. But there were a lot of pros to it. Like your food is paid for, whatever. But then to me, all the food at some point starts to taste the same, no matter all the different restaurants. You know what I mean? So for me, it's like I want to get out in the town. Yeah, you see what I mean?
Yes.
So
when you take on a boat, I like what Rick said, it starts to get routine. Everything starts being, okay, what can I do next? You want to go somewhere where there's always some type of new adventure atmosphere, another aspect of intrigue. And I'll go ahead and say it myself, that's why I love Vegas. No two hotels were the same. You can walk in this one, walk in another one, see this type of casino, see these type of accommodations or whatever. I had a good time just sightseeing. So I would ask you, when you went, did parasailing, were there any other excursions or adventure trips, sightseeing that you did?
No, they went on. So I didn't go on the boat trip. I was gonna do it, and I went and saw the boat. And I don't do boats. I just don't do them. And they were really cool trying to get me to do it, and but I decided not to do it. I really just enjoyed the what?
How many people could fit on the boat?
I guess they could fit 40 on the boat, but that to me is my thing. And they had probably that many. My thing is like, I don't want 40 people. I want 2 people on a 40 people boat, me and the captain. You know what I mean? Like I need it to not be that crowded. That's why I don't like Disney. That's why I don't like crowded.
You like crowds.
Yeah, but I also don't want to be on a boat in the middle of the ocean without any control. I don't know how to explain it. We were on the speedboat to get to the parasailing. That was awesome. There was like 4 of us, and the guy was like, speeding and bumping. That was cool. That was awesome. But yeah, I saw it.
Be good, Joanne.
Oh, you're leaving tomorrow, Joanne. Love you. Okay, have a safe flight home.
Yes.
Have a wonderful night, and thank you again. It was so much fun. Yeah, so they stayed 3 more days. Me, Joanne, and Lori.
Cool.
So my whole thing was, I thought this was a great first time trip to Aruba. And so the next time I go, I'm going to be better prepared. I guess is what I'm saying.
So you would go back?
Oh, I'm gonna go back to Aruba for sure. I don't know about the hotel yet. I don't know about that.
I took the cruise out there. That's the one place, as far as locations, that I haven't gone to that I wanted to check out. That one and another one at Cozumel. I won't stay in the island. It's like when I went to the Bahamas. The Bahamas wasn't what I thought it was.
Really? I've been to the Bahamas.
It was. I expected what I saw in the commercials: sunny skies.
Yeah.
We got there. Number one, it rained.
Oh yeah. It happens.
And I went to the hotel. The hotel's excellent. Don't get me wrong, but it wasn't what I expected. It really wasn't. It didn't look as new as it did on the commercial. Even though it was still standing, there was plenty up there. Had a casino inside, had some shops. I was great with that. I wanted to stay. That's actually why I wanted to take her for the honeymoon. I wanted to go down there. So we went around, checked it out. I was like, all right, I'm good. Then we went to the second cruise. I went to Grand Cayman. Grand Cayman had me. That's where I went parasailing at.
Yeah.
So you was going to say, yeah, you can see the water and everything. I mean,
I was so nervous about parasailing. I don't know why. After going skydiving, it was so simple.
Right. And I looked at that whole island. I was like, I spent about 15 minutes trying to figure out how I could move down there. And she was looking at me like, we're not moving. I said, I know, but I just feel like I want to. It was like something was just really me.
I'm telling you, I'm not done. I'm being serious. I think I'm ready to move. Okay, Mario said we've stayed in Cabo. It's Pueblo Bonito. It was all inclusive. However, they had 4 resorts you could go between. There were a great diversity of restaurants and excursions. Yeah, this wasn't that same thing. And look, I'm not against all inclusive. I think all inclusive is great. It is great, especially for a group of 16 people. You know what I mean? It's amazing. I'm just saying, for me, I was like, especially there were just so many little idiosyncrasies that were driving me insane. Like, I don't like rules. I really don't. Like, you can only have 1 towel, and if you don't bring back the towel, like, you're gonna get in some type of trouble if you don't have the.
They're charging you for the towel. Like, yeah, they're gonna charge you for the towel. Yeah.
Okay, but but here's the thing. Then just say that. Right. But let me take 2 or 3 towels if I want them. Right. But if I have to pay for them, I'll pay for them. But this thing that you can only have 1 at a time, and just simple things like not being able to get. Okay. So of course, because they've been there so many times, they know how this works. Right. So every morning at 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning, somebody in the group had to go down to the beach to reserve 16 chairs so that we would all have reclining chairs. I'm like, no, that is, I couldn't stand that. But we all did it, right? I mean, me and Joanne didn't have to do it because we took a different responsibility. But I'm just saying, like, I think that's cheesy. I hate that. Now, here in Santa Monica, as I was explaining, when you are, when you rent a place here, when you rent at a hotel, yes, a bougie hotel, but when you rent, but I'm just saying, you have a reserved reclining area. It's part of your room. Your room number's on it. You know what I mean? You don't have to worry about it. You can move your recliner around or whatever, but there's none of this so we had to tip the guy every morning. You know what I mean? Like $40-$50 so that he could that's not all inclusive. You see what I'm saying? So Cynthia said Grand Cayman is beautiful. Yes, that's
Yes,
weird
they
that they
have.
had restrictions about Jamaica. Had no. Well, every all-inclusive place has some restrictions because that's how they keep you. That's how they keep their costs. You may not call them restrictions. I do. I didn't like them. So
I think because was it crowded when you got there?
what?
Was it crowded?
I guess I don't know if it's crowded. I mean, it looked like the hotel was full. I don't know.
If the hotel was full, that's probably why they did all that with the chairs.
No, they do it every year. That's how they
Okay.
know to go up to the guy. They know everybody at the hotel, which is awesome. It was so funny. They were like looking for people, and yeah. I'm just saying my thing. I'm just, I know I'm very. What did we say, Tony? Bougie. Bougie.
Now, was there anything in not the trip maybe itself, but Aruba itself that you didn't care for? And we already heard about the bed incident.
Yeah.
But besides that, like any of the
bugs in the
creatures you
bed.
didn't want to see or something, I don't know.
Look, I didn't get to see enough of the island. I'll be honest with you. This is just kind of my first time there, and I was just kind of chilling with everybody, and it was really fun. It was more about a party with friends. That was kind of the coolest thing of this. We could have been anywhere. We could have been, down the street. It would have been the same kind of fun, excitement thingamajiggy. You know what I mean? But I didn't get to see the entire island. I think the only thing I would say is there's a thing about dairy in Aruba that's interesting. Their ice cream is amazing. It looks like it's always melted. I don't know how it's made, but the ice cream to me, I like it. It's like a soft serve kind of, like if you don't like it like this, you're not going to enjoy it. But if you put cream in your coffee, it's gross. Like it's not gross. It's not gross. It's just not for me. It's not like cream. I don't know what kind of cream. I didn't want to know. You know what I mean? Like, so I think dairy, if you're a big dairy person, maybe you're not going to love their cheeses and stuff. And they have to import everything. Remember, they're an island, so everything's very expensive. But I was cracking up because when Mary told me, she's like, be very careful because everything's really expensive. She's like, bring your own lotion, suntan lotion, everything like that. And I didn't because I didn't want to bring too much in my suitcases. So when I went to buy suntan lotion or whatever it is, the 70% stuff, it was like as much as it is here, $34. You know what I mean? It was like LA and Aruba cost the same to me. Hi, Audrey. You look so happy in that vacation. Oh, thank you so much. Again, I am super tired, but I'm really exhausted. And today, I don't think I have on any makeup. I think I still have mascara on from trying to look decent on the plane, but so I'm half asleep. But yeah, so I would say dairy was probably not my favorite there, but that was okay. I don't need to eat more dairy, so that'd be good.
And you said after a while the food kind of tasted the same.
That was the hotel though. That was just the hotels. I think it would have been great to do more of the town's food. Like I think that's what I would do next time is go find the places in the neighborhood. You know what I mean? Where people actually go out to eat, not tourists.
Gotcha. So what restaurants are nearby is my question.
There's a lot of them, but they still seem to be in the tourist area, right? So all the tourists are there hanging out in the nightlife and whatever. And so I was like, yeah, it was great. It's a beautiful place. I still think my beach is better, but that's just me. I
think a part of the reason you may want to move is because you've been where you've been at for so long. Tell me if I'm wrong.
I'm just ready to. I don't know. You know what? I'm ready. It's not so much that I want to move. I'm done working. I'm done doing this job.
I'm about right there with you.
I'm done working. I think the lottery is a perfect thing for me to win now. Right now, I'm just saying.
So they hit a couple days ago, but somebody got it already.
Who did? Who got it? Did they say?
Somebody got, I think it was 1.2 or 1.3 billion.
I hope it was somebody who really deserved it. Like, I mean, I'm sure they did, but I hope it was some good, honest, hardworking person.
Let me see.
Yeah, I don't know who it is, but I hope it was some like little old lady or something with like 17 grandchildren who've been working her ass off her whole life.
Already, them grandmothers and grandfathers. And
I know, right?
I don't hear nothing about them now.
Oh, the men are beautiful there. There's a picture on Joanne's thing on Joanne's. They're all in love with this guy. I think his name is Hugo. I don't even know what his name is actually, but all the men there are good looking. But you know what? Again, we're talking about more touristy people in the hotel, that were there with their girlfriends or whatever. But the men that work there are also just beautiful, wonderful people. They all speak so many languages. That's what I think is so kind of sexy about everyone. How are the men there? Audrey, we're gonna go move there for the men. I love it. Mara just said one person in Jersey. What did I mean?
That won the lottery.
Somebody in New Jersey.
Oh, good. Oh, I hope it was somebody who wanted it, deserved it. A good person. Oh, come on. Let's have joy for them. Maybe
New Jersey.
You know what? My layover was in Jersey. And let me tell you, I was scared of that airport, but it's a beautiful airport. They've redone the whole airport.
Was it Newark?
Newark.
Yeah.
But they've redone it. It looks beautiful.
I haven't been there in about a decade. The
In
next
the
one
A area. In the A. I was in the A area.
Powerball Saturday night, 935 million as of right now.
Good
I'll be in
job.
Aruba for a week or two, maybe 3.
Oh, wait. That's the new one for this weekend?
The new one for this week is going to be 935 million.
So who won the other one?
Like I said, somebody in Jersey. That was the Powerball.
Somebody in
That was the
Jersey.
big thing.
God bless them. And, if you did 23andMe or Ancestry and we cousins, I love you. Jersey person. I don't need that much, just enough to not work anymore.
I want it. Shoot, I want it.
I'm just saying. Yeah, I saw the picture with Mary, that guy with, oh my God. But yeah, he was gorgeous. And they know him. I guess he got married though last year. So I was like, boo, boo, boo. Yeah, Newark Airport is great. We were traveling into, I was shocked because I was so nervous about going into Newark because the last time I'd been in Newark, I never connect to Newark because you always think New Jersey. No offense, but it's beautiful. The airport there is better than LAX for sure. It's gorgeous.
Well, Newark is just as busy as LaGuardia and JFK. It's somewhere the third one, if you will. So I get it. I'm surprised. Well, was Newark the more? I had to look and see where Aruba is on the map. I do want to go there. I do want to.
No. The only reason why I went into Newark is because it was the quickest way for me to get back. Like there is no direct flight. I could have gone into Florida and then come back, but that would have just been a little bit longer. I just wanted to get back as soon as possible.
Of course, you want the most direct flight possible. Absolutely.
Yeah, so I went to Newark instead, but there's no direct flight from LA to Aruba. I tried. There is no.
I believe you.
And there's definitely no first class direct flight from LA to Aruba. I tried.
Wow.
No, but you could fly private, but I ain't got that kind of money. But yeah, but I flew first class here domestically. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Because I always try to, like, if it's over 5 hours, I try to fly first class because I can't handle it.
Newark Airport is not fun. I hear you. I flew into it.
No, but Melanie, now it's beautiful. It's like, I don't know if you've been there recently, but I was just there last night. It's actually a beautiful, they've redone it all. At least A, where, JetBlue is in A. That's where I was.
You flew JetBlue?
I love JetBlue. It's my favorite. JetBlue Mint is the best first class. Okay. Yeah. You don't like JetBlue?
JetBlue has had a lot of negative reviews from people I've known. JetBlue and Spirit caught hell from a lot of people that I know. Most people prefer Delta. Mainly because they got the points and all that craziness.
Not in first class.
I have flown Delta. I used to fly U.S. Airways. I used to have points with them.
Do they even exist anymore? Oh,
they're under United.
Oh,
and right now they're catching some blues. But I've flown Frontier, Delta, and Contour.
I don't even know half of those.
Frontier gets a lot of crazy reviews, but Frontier has room on their seats, so I'm good with Frontier. I don't have to have the big old move.
There was a guy sitting next to me from Aruba to Newark, right? Mm-hmm. There's no first class. Whatever. There was this guy. He must have been, I don't know, 6'7" or something. Oh, and he was sitting like the next aisle over from me, but we were both in the aisle seat and his knees. I was like, I ain't gonna complain at all. I'm just gonna shut the fuck up. I'm like, he is like, basically his knees are to his face. I'm like, why are they trying to squash everybody in? You know what I mean? Right. Oh yeah, Melanie, they've redone Newark Airport. It's really, it's been a long time since I can say I've been in a beautiful airport, but they've done a really great job with the Newark Airport.
You know what?
At least A, wherever JetBlue is on that. You know how they have different, I don't know. I didn't walk the whole airport, but A.
I thought Aruba was more in the Atlantic. I was wrong. I was thinking about Bermuda.
Yeah, no. It's right there. Right. Oh my God. Can you guys tell I'm like half asleep?
Yes.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Get a kick out of this.
Or high. One of those. No, I'm just kidding.
It's legal where you're at.
Yeah, right. I'm so tired. I'm like feeling myself. But Aruba is right. That's right past Florida, Puerto Rico. It's
right below South America.
Yeah, it's right there, right on the right. Like it's part of the Netherlands, though. It's part of the Netherlands. So, but it's right there near Colombia. I think we were like 10 miles from Colombia.
Yes, Frontier is still around. You'll see them in airports. You'll see them on
Frontier and Spirit are not comparable to JetBlue, are they? They're more comparable to Southwest.
The major airlines, they kind of put you down there below Southwest.
No, but like wait, Frontier and Spirit are below Southwest?
I think in a lot of people's ratings, yes. Southwest had a lot.
Oh my God, I won't even get on a Southwest flight. That's Southwest how bougie I am.
Right now, Southwest is catching a lot of hell though because they're so damn busy compared to everybody, as much as everybody else. Frontier is actually okay. Yes, Cynthia, there are still, like I said, you got leg room like you did in the 80s. In the 80s, we was able to sit in our seats comfortable.
Yeah, I don't know what
nowadays they so tight. Ever since 9/11, them seats are so damn tight. It's ridiculous.
I was telling Cynthia because we're going to book our next flight. Our next trip is me and Cynthia are going to Scotland and Ireland. We said that right next year. And I told her, I said, the thing that bothers me about first class, and, say what you want, but the thing that bothers me is that's the way everyone should be treated on a flight. You know what I mean? Like, I'm sure back in the day, that's how everyone was treated, with respect, not like cattle. Like, and look I fly coach when I have to, especially when it's like a quick trip and I can't organize it and use my, you know what I mean? Like, I go, but it's just too much for me to think that I'm going to go on vacation and not be a complete bitch if I'm flying back and coach in some, I'm being serious. Like, so if you're going to do it right. So I told Cynthia, if we go and traveling together, we go in first class. So she's like, I'm like, we going. Bougie, call me yes.
Bougie class.
Yes, that's me.
Look at Audrey just said, they say Spirit Airlines has the worst service. And then Mario said Frontier and Spirit are awful. Why am I going to waste my money? That's just going to make me miserable.
It's almost like if you don't fly Delta, you ain't flying right in the United States. That's a lot of what it is for the most part.
Is Delta good? Is Delta good for coach? I flew them out for
Delta
coach.
Is good for a lot of people, and they got the movie on the screen. The movies are pretty current, if you will. So if you got family or kids with it, once you get in your seat, just sit down. Stewardesses ain't even got no work. Once you get all the accommodations and everything on there, they got plugs under the seats for your devices. I always charge everything up while I'm on
All
the plane.
the flights too, but doesn't everyone? JetBlue has that for everybody.
Delta doesn't have any plugs, and I do that on purpose because I watch too many movies, and then my plane wrecks. I want everything to kick on so they can GPS and find me. I want my laptop, my phone, my iPad, everything. I'm good for hours.
Audrey just said, I know friends that have flown with Spirit and they will never fly with them again.
Never fly with them again. Yes.
No, I don't see the point. I'm like, look, when I have to go home for a funeral or something like that, I'll do whatever, right? You have to do that quick. But
yes,
Cynthia, I liked it when people used to dress up to fly, like back when Pan Am was around. Now they dress in PJs. Yeah, I don't want to dress up on a flight. Sorry. Thank you. But no.
I'm not going to cover my pajamas, but I don't want to have to be formal to fly. I'll be semi-formal. I want to be casual. I like wearing my jeans, my t-shirt, and have my jacket on.
Hey, Jesse, how are you? Nice to see you.
Said her name wrong. Thank you for saying it first.
I mean, Cynthia, I think I liked back then probably you felt better about getting dressed up because you weren't thrown in back like cattle. I am shook by how small the seats are, and I'm not like that fat of a person. And I was all like, this is not comfortable.
Right.
This is not comfortable. This is when I went to the funeral and it was horrible. And I thought to myself, how is anybody else who's a little bit bigger or taller? Like, I'm not even that tall. I'm only 5'4". Like, how is it possible for somebody to be comfortable? What did you think I was? 5'9"?
I had no idea, but I'm almost a whole foot taller than you.
Why? I'm short. I think I'm average. I think most women are about 5'3", 5'4".
5'5", 5'6", you're right there. Still a couple inches short.
How is he dissing me for being 5'4"? Hey, Google, what is the average height for the American woman in the United States? Well, I guess that would be the American woman, but
American woman.
Oh, it didn't hear me. Hey, Google. Wait. What is the average? Oh, it just got. Never mind. It's hearing. Wait.
Google doesn't want to piss you off.
Cynthia says she's 5'4" too.
Well, I know Cynthia. Hey, Google. What is the average height for the American woman?
Melanie's 5'2". Oh.
What is the average height for women? For a female raised in the United States, the average height is currently 5 feet 4 inches, or around 63.5 inches.
Thank you, Google.
Hey, Siri. What's the average height for an American woman in the United States? By comparison, the average height of an American woman in 63.6 inches or 5.3 inches. Healthline.com. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So Siri don't speak?
Mine don't. I got her on mute.
Oh, Siri don't speak. Yeah, 5'4" is average. Oh, what's the average? Okay, hey, Google. What's the average height for an American male?
I am Cynthia.
According to Very Well Health, the average height for American men is 5 feet 9 inches. That's slightly above the global average height for males, which is 5 feet 7.5 inches.
Huh.
I must be superhuman.
So the average height for a man in the United States, Melanie, is 5 feet 9 inches.
Yeah.
But around the world, it's 5 feet 7 inches. And
Around
Tony is 5'7".
That's
And Tony, you said you were what? 6 feet?
I'm 6'2".
No, I'm 6'2". Oh. Yeah, that told me nothing.
You said
Said 5'9", 5'9" to 10.
Wait, look at Audrey's like, I used to be 5'5". Now I've shrunk to 5'4". Jesse, you're 5'9". You're not 5. Oh no, you're 5'4". You were saying men, right?
That's That's a real thing because I used to be 5'10" and now I'm 5'8", but I got scoliosis. So I mean, hello.
I was about to say you did
Okay, that's
something.
different, right? But Audrey, how could you? Was it your hair back in the day in the 80s? We would do the hair. No, it's true because that would make more sense. She's not that old. She's younger than I am. There's no way you've shrunk already. I think it was a hair thing. We had our hair high up, and so we would do it like that. Because I used to be like 5'5". You know what I mean? Like I wasn't 5'5". I always let my hair be bigger. Jesse, yeah, you're 5'5". Got you.
My mom's 5'5", I think. Because I tower over her. I really do.
Yeah. I guess most men I know are probably 6 feet something. I mean, when I say no, I mean dated or whatever, but I never.
Guys I meet are so tall. I'm like average height compared to a lot of guys. I got guys that are taller than me, guys that are broader than me. And I mean, most guys I know are like 6'3" and up, which kind of surprised me. They say 5'7", 5'9".
Cynthia's making fun of her sister saying her hair made her 5'9". We all did that. So Mario said my daughter's 5'10" and he's 6 feet tall. Mario, you're 6 feet tall? I don't remember that. I think you're lying. Are you 6 feet tall?
How long has it been since you've seen him, Carmen?
Yeah, it's been a long time, I guess. Yeah. I love Mario. He's so cool. He's awesome.
Mario's cool. He's a cool dude.
So Rick, are you going to come with me to Aruba?
If it's possible, why not?
Tony, you going to come? Look at Tony's like, what about me? Imagine if we could do a podcast from out there, a live stream. That would be so cool.
I wouldn't guarantee an international trip for me before next year right now. Right now, I wouldn't.
Did you think I was making plans before next year for us to go?
I thought about making plans overseas last year.
I was just kind of hypothetically saying.
Hypothetically, by next year, I probably could do it. Hypothetically, by next year, I probably could do it. This year,
if I win the lottery, I'll take us all to Aruba.
If you win the lottery, I'll work on the time off. I'll work on. Give me till September.
I would hook you up. Why would you even care? I would hook you up.
Because I don't want to take time off and lose it.
Mario said, I'm there.
But maybe, see, you're so weird. Like, what if I won the lottery and I was like, Tony, you're going to be one of my consultants and I'm going to pay you $100,000 a year?
I'm on my motherfucker way more.
I'm just saying. Like, I mean, what do I need with $1 billion if I can't hook up friends? You know what I mean? Like, that would be funny.
Depends on what you want to do in life, honestly. I mean, we had that conversation before.
Right. What do you think I would do? Something nefarious?
I don't know what you would do. I know what I would do, but I don't know
what would you do. Would you hook me up like I just said I would hook you up?
Probably for a year at 100,000, yes.
Just for 1 year, 100,000?
Well, we got to see it's a probationary year. Then we got to work on the contract extension.
Okay. Businessman. That's what I like, a businessman. Okay. He ain't putting nothing recorded on there.
But no, I've always had plans for money like that. I just haven't had it yet. I've always told people, after 150 million, I don't know what I'm going to do. But as I've grown older, I know more what I would do.
Yeah. What would you do? What would be, okay, let's pretend. Wait. You find out tomorrow morning you have the winning ticket. Mm-hmm. You're in your house, you checked it on your internet, and then you double checked it with your phone app to make sure it is. What's the first thing you do?
Cash it in.
But you're going to tell anybody, or you're going to cash? You're going to go?
Hell no, I don't trust a bunch. I love y'all. I don't trust a bunch. No. Honestly, I would probably go find me a financial consultant and a lawyer.
Hello.
Somebody I wasn't going to tell nobody. You're welcome. I wasn't going to tell anybody. You're welcome.
Cynthia said, Tony, my coworker saw the show last week and said you are hilarious.
Well, tell him I said thank you. Tell him I said
I didn't see his show last week because I was in Aruba.
Was it last week or was the one? I did one last week.
Not with us. Oh, maybe with us she means.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he was kind of funny last week. You couldn't really hear me, so he can have whatever. Jesse said, with that much money, you can live off the interest. I would take care of all my family and close friends.
Jesse, I agree with that 100%. Depending on how much you spend.
Audrey, wait. I want to answer Audrey's question right now. Yeah. I don't know where to begin. Your first call is to Carmen in LA. I will hook you up. What are you talking about?
I would definitely.
Yeah, you should get a consultant to help if you want. I'm a good one.
And you know where I get that advice from? I get that advice from what Shaq said. Shaq had a lot of good financial advice when he first got his big contract, how his lawyer laid him out. I like how he's given the proper financial advice. And I've seen the number that he said was his income. He's at a level I want to be at. He really is. He makes good money per week.
Yeah, he's a good person, though. He also gives money away all the time. Yes. He helps people all the time. And I don't talk about nonprofits, stuff like that. He's just regular people. He's like, he sees you in the store and you're a kid or something. He's like, you never had a bike? Go buy a bike. Go get a bike. I'm going to get it for you. Okay.
Exactly, Audrey. Exactly.
That's what I'm saying, Audrey. I'll hook you up. No, I think the first thing people should do is remember, hey, Kelly, how you doing? Hi. I think the first thing people should really know if you do win is you probably shouldn't tell everyone. So Jesse said, in all states, can you put it in a trust so your name isn't all over the internet as the winner? I think you can do that in Massachusetts. In California, you cannot. It is public. But here's the thing. Here's my rule. My first rule would be anybody who asks me for money will not get any. That is the first rule. Anybody, let me just say it again so everybody understands. Anybody who asks me for money will not get a penny. And I know who my friends are. I'm not going to be confused by that when I all of a sudden have money. But yeah, you could also put it in a trust. But you know what? A trust doesn't really, is not the end all be all, because I have clients who put all their money in a trust and their kids ended up changing that trust with the right lawyers. And because they have so much money, they were able to change it. So you have to just start. Again, I've said this a million times before. Money ain't nothing but a thing. People get all confused when they get money. You got to stay true to who you are. And that's why the first thing you do is put it in a safe deposit box after you take pictures of it. Then go meet the lottery people and talk to them and get advice. And then go to your real friends, get advice for them, and then make some choices.
Crazy. I'm sorry, your friends are crazy.
Wait. Let me just see. Wait, Mario said, I would definitely do a lot of random acts of kindness. Kimmy Kelly said, can I hold $1? Like, oh my God, I'm your favorite cousin. Like, yes, you're my favorite. Mario said, if we weren't friends before, don't ask me. Right? And Melanie said, make sure you pay taxes out of your winnings. In California, you won't have a choice. Most places you won't have a choice. Like if you think you won $1 million, just assume you won 500,000. Just cut it in half. And then remember the lottery commissions. I've investigated everything. The lottery commissions will give you advice. They'll give you lawyers, financial people. They'll give you all these people. Do not hire any of them. Just go sit with them, learn everything, then talk to people you trust. Like seriously, then make a really good, honest decision for yourself, what you feel comfortable with.
Yes, I agree with that.
And whether you have money or not, everyone should know somebody who's a financial advisor, a lawyer. You should know people. It's kind of like getting a therapist when you're in crisis. Yes. You should already know who a therapist is or where you can get therapy help before you get in crisis, right? That's always the better way to do it. It's the same thing with winning a lot of money.
It's like when you said with the states, for some states that want to be anonymous, you got to pay a fee. And it's like 20% of the winnings, if you will.
Well, in California, you have to pay anyway. Yeah, that's how they make money, right? Is they take part of the winnings. So
it's the press and the media. But I think it was here in another state, you got to pay 20% of your winnings to remain anonymous. So by the time you pay the taxes and you pay for
true?
Yeah, for the taxes, sure? In certain states. You just say California. Like I said, I've heard this because we looked at it the first time we hit $1 billion. Me and the wife had researched all that. We did all the numbers and we were looking at all that craziness. You realize how much $1 billion a year is? That's like $9 million a year. I think I could live off of that interest after taxes. I think.
Yeah. It's not about it's not about how much you win or how you live off of it. It's about what the person you become. The fact is, most people who win the lottery end up broke. Right? I mean, the statistic is, or they have a worse life and they wish they never won the lottery to begin with. So, yeah, that's why I keep saying money ain't nothing but a thing. Like, yes, do I wish I'd win the lottery? Sure, because I think I'd be excellent at it. I think everyone does. But I actually don't even want that much money. I don't need that. I don't want $1 billion. That's crazy. I would give it all away.
I'm greedy.
But I'm not kidding. I would give it no one should have that much money that is unearned. Nobody needs $1 billion. Nobody. Look at all the people who have $1 billion and are assholes. I would fund the Boys and Girls Club of Dorchester and fund other inner city organizations that provide programs for kids. That would be my dream. I love that. Cynthia says, yes, Jesse, I'm with you. California's tax is 40% and the Fed's 30%. Yep. Yeah, it's not a lot. Look, it doesn't matter. It's money you got for putting in $1 or $2.
Are those solid numbers? Are those the static numbers? I thought the Fed tax was 26 to 28% everywhere.
I love how we're talking like we really have one and we really have to make sure we know what the taxes are. I think in every state, it's going to be very, very different. Every state
is crazy, Carmi? If you win the ticket in another state, you got to pay taxes for both of those states. So when you reside in there where you bought the ticket from.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
No, it's not. It's free. It's $2. Why is it crazy? You put $2 in and you're gambling. Why is that crazy? You put $2 in.
If I want $1 billion, I want my $1 billion.
No, it's $2. You got to look at it
that way.
What did
you tell me I was going to get? What did you tell me the jackpot was? I want my jackpot.
So okay, they don't even get the $1 billion at public taxes. They're only going to get 480 million. They say, yeah, but why is everybody is so selfish and self-absorbed? The reason why the lottery exists, is to help to create monies and income for the states that you're buying it for. That's what the lottery is for. They go to public things like teachers and whatever. So if you win it, you should be grateful that half of it is going. Right? Why is everybody so greedy?
I'm greedy shit. If people always tell me if you're gonna say something mean it, they said $1 billion, $1 billion.
No, I'm okay with someone else winning the billions and I slid under the radar. Melanie and I are on the same page. That's what I'm saying, Melanie. See, Melanie, here's my deal. I want $200,000 a year for the rest of my life. For like 50 years, let's say I can live another 50 years. I can live off of $200,000 a year easily. And that's what, $10 million? That's $10 million. So that's all I need. That's all I need. And the rest I'm going to give it away.
You get $20,000 a year. Will your standards increase? Will your comfortability of life increase to where you're going to want more?
Me?
Yes.
You don't know me.
I'm asking
you. You don't know me. No, it wouldn't. No, it wouldn't.
What year's her car, Tony?
Exactly. 2004 Honda Civic Hybrid.
You will start spending on what you used to, but as you gain more and you start to see more, you may want more.
I mean, I know this is going to sound like I'm goody two shoes and being whatever, but I'm going to tell you something solid. And I think anybody who knows me this well will say this. Money don't mean nothing to me. When I have it, I give it away. And when I don't have it, I'm going to let y'all know. And I'm going to tell you, you know what, you got $20, I need $20, whatever. I've seen so much money corrupt people, good, decent people. And I see how much people think material stuff matters. Mm-hmm. And look I'm not saying I'm perfect, but when it comes to money, I'm about as close to perfect as it comes because I just don't give a shit. If I had the money, I would help all my friends that I can help and all the people I can help. I would put aside, like I just said, $10 million for myself to live off of. $200,000 a year for the next 50 years would be more than enough. I might buy myself a new car, and then turn around and give the rest away.
Let's do this properly. Say I put myself in your standards, $200,000 a year for the next what? 20 years?
50 years. Let's say 50 years I'm going to live.
By the fifth year, I don't even know what I would spend. And I can say that honestly, but the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to get a house. I'm going to get a new vehicle. I'm going to buy some new clothes. I'm going to go see some family. I'm going to spend a lot of that money. After the first 4 or 5 years, then we get to the reality of what else am I going to do with this money? Mind you, people want to take the time to do what they want to do, get to where they want to be in life with that money. I understand what you're saying as far as money's not everything, but majority of us have been broke before. And as we got better jobs, we didn't go back to that style. We didn't go back to that lifestyle because we were able to live better. So if I had that, by the fifth year, I'll probably be like you. Okay, now what am I going to do?
Let me just read what Jesse said. We are talking about as if we win because we are putting the positive energy. Exactly. Yes. Power of positive thinking. Melanie says, does that money really go to where they say it goes? I'm a trust in the positivity and brilliance. And I have faith in people. I don't think people are stealing, I just don't believe in a world like that. And yes, I do think a lot of that, at least here in California, they actually, if you go to the California lottery website, they show you where all the money goes. I don't know what more we can do with that, but I'm not going to bring negative energy to it. You know what I mean? I believe most people are good. No one's trying to.
It's a really good question because I know
there are people who scam, but it's not everyone, and it's not all the time.
You're correct. There was actually an aspect on the elections we have here in the state when they talk about the school funding. There was an issue with one of the bills because there was something underlying in there. A lot of people would miss what it was going. So I get exactly what you're saying.
And even sometimes people do. But here's the thing. But sometimes people make mistakes. People mean something or whatever. Like everything isn't nefarious. Like everything isn't somebody trying to screw you over. We have to stop thinking that way in this country. But wait, go back to you, Tony, what you were saying, because I wanted to get back to that. You were saying what? Say it again.
As far as what I would do with the money?
Yeah, what we were talking about before.
The first 5 years, I know what I would do. Afterwards, I'd probably be like, okay, now what am I going to do?
Oh, you were saying, right. That's what I want to say. You said, so a lot of us used to have a certain amount of money. Now that we have a different kind of money, we live a certain way. And yes. I agree with that. But here's the thing. At some point, and I'm saying this for anyone else, at some point, what more do you need? Like if you buy 6 houses and you have 6 cars, I mean, at some point now you're just feeding your life with materialism. If you don't have friendships and family and love in your life, all the money in the world isn't going to fix that. And you will end up becoming a lot of these people who end up winning the lottery and end up being miserable because money isn't going to take the place of all that crap you want.
If you go that direction, I agree with you.
As opposed to what? As opposed to what?
When you get the money, you still want to start doing good. Once you get to where you want to be, you want to start doing some good with it. Most people will go to the church. Most people will go to the neighborhood. A lot of people also going to go to their families. Like I said, after that, you're going to reach specific point. And trust me, about the 5th year, I would have taken care of a lot of people, including myself and the kids. They will be fine. So now, after I do what I wanted to do and supposed to do and felt like doing, you want to bank it. You want to put it somewhere that's going to gain some interest. You want to put it somewhere that's going to be secure.
How about if you started with, you know what? I don't need to work anymore, but I'm going to double my salary for the first year, take the time to understand what this money is, put it all aside right now in a trust, and take the time to understand the amount of time I have and money I have with just this little bit. So if you're making $100,000 a year, you win the lottery, say, you know what? Now I don't have to work. I'm just going to give myself $200,000 a year and not spend anything else. take the next year just to understand what just happened to me.
Yeah, I could do it easy.
You see what I mean? Like
I
that
can
would
do it.
be a smart thing to do.
Of course. Limit
Instead
yourself.
of like, I'm going to buy a house, I'm going to buy this, I'm going to do that, I'm going to do that. You could still have a joyful, I'm just saying, taking your time. That's the other mistake people make. All of a sudden they have money and they're buying any random house whatsoever without really like,
No, not random,
you should
not
never
random.
buy anything you don't really, really want and
Agreed.
love.
Agreed. Rick, question for you.
Go ahead, Rick.
What would I do? Family is a big deal to me. Always has been. Always will
Your
be.
familia, Carmen.
Sí, Carmen también, porque ella también es portugués, so ella es familia automáticamente. Can't
What
say
I'm
that word.
saying.
But yeah, I would love, well, first of all, pay the bills, pay house, blah, 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 all the stuff everybody obviously gonna do first. But then I would just love to just go visit family because we got family in Portugal, we got family in Canada, we got family in Bermuda, we got family probably in other places. And for my mother, if nothing else, because it might be the last time you see her, So yeah, I would definitely like go all over the place and just have a good time with mom as long as I got her,
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And she could have a private nurse. You could have somebody travel with you, an assistant, whatever. You could have everything you need so that she can be taken care of and you can enjoy your time. That would be such a blessing.
Yeah.
Oh, I would love to win just to give you all that. No, I'm serious.
I know.
That would be so cool. Okay, then afterwards, so you've done your traveling, meeting your family. We're 5 years in. You still haven't given Tony any money whatsoever because he's rude and not paying attention to you now. So what would you then do? What you watching on TikTok?
I'm not looking on TikTok. That's what you get for trying to be eloquent.
Whatever. We ain't even we're gonna let Tony go because he's busy. I'm like, go ahead, Rick. Because Rick was intensely listening to you when you were talking. What did he say? I want you to tell me verbatim what he just said. Liar. Okay, go ahead. So now, Rick, what would you do? Go ahead.
I mean, I don't have huge aspirations, but if I didn't have to work, then my creative side would go into overtime, write songs, write books, just creative side would explode. So just if I didn't have to work, I would be just creating lots and lots of stuff.
I love that. After traveling though, do you think would you keep your house or would you buy a new house?
I don't really want, this house needs to go.
Okay, this house needs to go. What about the land and everything now? Would you want to keep the land and maybe rebuild? Okay, no, all right. Okay, I can feel that the house is not what you want. Okay.
Nah.
You'd buy a house somewhere else then?
Yeah, somewhere near family, not like next door, but near family so that, not next door, but near family so that, if there's something that happens, I can lean on family and, hey.
Look at Mario's your family too. He's like, he would donate to the Mario Travel Fund.
That's right.
That's cool. Cynthia said absolutely, but I don't know what. I don't know what you were saying.
Rick will get another house because he feels like he probably needs a new environment.
Yeah, fair enough.
Nothing against where you're at and what you got going on, but you put a lot of time and energy into your house where I think you're exhausted.
Isn't that where you were raised though? Isn't that the same house you were raised in?
Yeah, I was probably like 7 years old and been in this house pretty much ever since. Yeah. But I told my parents a long time ago, listen, if we can, it's time to go. And they're like, we work so hard. We came to this country, we work so hard and all this money we paid, we're not leaving this. I'm like, okay.
Right.
Later, I think you're going to regret this decision. And of course, my dad ain't here to say nothing, but my mom, if she's honest,
the house has been more of a burden, maybe.
Yeah.
Cynthia was saying absolutely to being creative. Yes.
Yeah.
That is, you know what? I think that would be what money could do is give us an opportunity to be more creative and kind of, I don't know, be more ourselves. I think that's what vacation was about, was just being able to chillax,
Not to get all sci-fi, but I think that's why Star Trek to me is really cool too, is because they don't really have jobs where they make money. You just, whatever you have, you need.
Well, because the world is different and money isn't.
Yeah, so everybody does stuff.
I was like, they do work. They work every day.
For money. For money.
Right.
But they do what fulfills them,
Oh, look at Mario said I would buy back a lot of my family's land. We have gotten back some of it, but I want all back just to honor my ancestors.
Oh, that's cool.
Okay, that would be cool. I don't know if I would buy land. I don't care about property and land. I want to help people. Huh?
That's the biggest thing to do in the United States, buy some land because it's always going to gain value.
Yeah, I don't care about land. I get that from Mario and for you guys. I think for me, what I want to do is I'm going to hire 6 of my very good friends to be on a think tank to help solve the homeless problem in this country. Like, I want people to get together on a regular basis to figure out different ways in which we can help people who have fallen through the cracks and figure out a way in which we can really help individual people and families. So one of my ideas is I would love to hire people at, let's say, $50,000, $60,000 a year, and have one person work with one other person, one family who's homeless for 1 year. Your only job is to get up every day and figure out what this person and this family needs to get, you know what I mean? They could have like one like counselor or sponsor or something. I really would love, like, that's what I would love to do with billions of dollars won from the lottery. Okay, this is going too fast. This is going too fast. I think I would get my cosmetology license up to date. Then I would open my own hair salon because I would like to go back to that. I think you should do that, Audrey. You should do that anyways. You used to cut hair for a living. You were awesome. You should do that anyways. Jesse said yes. I think she's talking about me fixing the homeless problem. Cynthia said buy land and then build small homes for the homeless. Yeah, I'm just saying, and yes to the think tank. I really want to have a think tank of people who get together on a monthly basis who give a shit about real people and figure out ways in which we could do it. And if we had that kind of money, we could try different things and see if we could figure it out.
Yes.
I think we could solve the homeless problem if we all just gave a shit about the homeless as much as we care about fucking dogs and cats. No offense to dogs and cats, but I'm telling you right now, if we cared and had as much compassion as we do for animals, if we did for people who have fallen through the cracks, we as human beings, individuals, could fix the homeless fucking problem. I'm telling you, I'm not wrong.
I tend to agree.
Yeah. I saw somewhere where a guy, he bought like a big piece of land and he put little houses, and it was all for homeless people. He said, this is your house now. They're like, what? And
So that's, I mean, having a home is part of the problem with homeless people. They need to actually have shelter and an address and right to start over. Right. But there's also something else that people don't understand. They need to be treated with respect and dignity. And part of that is also being told, like, okay, then you also need to get a job. And if you can't get a job, maybe it's because you need to go to Alcoholics Anonymous, or maybe you need to go and get therapy, or maybe you need to go to the veterans. You know what? Yeah. Are we raising hands now? I'm sorry.
Yeah. So some of the job issues is from not having previous employment for the duration of time.
Yeah, of course.
So they got to get retrained or get on the job training once they get hired. There's a lot of jobs that are on the job training. I actually credit them more than anything. There's also the housing. There's Habitat for Humanity. They're already doing that for a lot of people. Low income, homeless, but excuse me, I'm sorry. There's two sides to the homeless situation.
There's more than two sides, but go ahead.
Yeah,
There's
but
more
I
than two
agree with you
sides.
so as far as helping them out. A lot of their situations, they got fired, or some people lost a spouse.
Or they had a medical injury or whatever, and then they had to pay all of their money. Or I mean, let me tell you, if the next time you look at a commercial of a dog and it's, and they're telling you to give money, I'm all for it. But can you please just also think about the homeless person that you snickered at when you walked down the street the other day and saw them begging for money? And instead of seeing them as some horrible human being who did something wrong to be in their situation, think about being compassionate and loving, and think about, you know what, first there, but for the grace of God go I. And secondly, like, how could I help that person? If I can't help them or you don't want to help them, then at least just send a blessing. Stop being a fucking asshole to the homeless people. It can happen to anyone. And every person is such an individual human being. Yes. And I hate that we've come to this place where we're just so dismissive of beautiful human beings who have fallen through the cracks. It doesn't matter if they're on drugs or they're alcoholics, or you don't know why they got there.
Exactly.
Some of y'all are drug addicts or whatever. You just in your house and your husband's paying your bill. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just tired of the nastiness towards homeless people. And then we all pretend we're all such good people. We're such good people.
Right.
We're such good people. No, you're not. No, you're not.
When we had that big market crash, when was that? 2000?
Like 2008, 2007, 2008?
I mean, I've heard that people that had tons of money became homeless just overnight. And it's like, they didn't ask for that. They didn't expect that.
I lost my condo during that time. I didn't become homeless because I have so many friends. Imagine if you burnt out all of your connections. Yeah, I mean, Rick, you're absolutely right. I'm just saying you're absolutely right. And it's embarrassing. Some people don't want to ask their friends for help. And they think they might be able to do it. They think they might be able to get a chance. And then it just doesn't work out that way. And I'm sorry. I didn't mean to jump on that, Rick. I'm sorry. You were saying something.
Yeah. I'm just saying it could happen and unexpectedly. And it's like, how dare anybody judge anybody? You don't know how they got to that point. You don't know what happened. You have no idea. Some people had a medical thing happen and now they literally can't do anything right. And so it's not their fault.
Let me throw this out there too. COVID made a lot of people homeless because some jobs went away and never came back.
Yeah,
Mm.
it's
Those people are
true.
seriously screwed. This is why when I order dinner, sometimes I used to do DoorDash, Uber Eats, and everything. Those were
Yeah,
people, a lot of them were people who lost jobs and had to find something. That's what they had, and I would tip them on purpose because I
yeah,
realized what was going on.
yeah.
Yes, that was one way a lot of people can help folks. You don't
Hmm.
know so many people as waitresses and stewardesses now, they lost their careers due
Yeah.
to the pandemic, which was beyond their control. Everybody who's homeless is not homeless by some recklessness. When I was a kid,
I honestly don't know anybody who's homeless because they want to be. And here's the other thing. I don't know anybody who's like, you know what, I just want to be homeless. Like people like to say that. When you become so depressed and so sad, or you come home after work and you're miserable, sad, and you have a drink or two or three, and you lay on your couch and then you get up the next day and go to work, how's that any different from somebody who's been living on the streets, gets a few bucks, and they're like, I just want to have a drink so they can forget their problems for a minute. I'm not okaying alcoholism. Anybody who
right,
knows me knows I grew up in AA. That's why I'm not a big drinker. But it's this, we're so judgy. We're
Mm.
so judgy. We think we're better than other people. And look at here's the thing. I love when I watch people obsessing about dogs, right? I love animals. I don't have them, but I did growing up. And I have no problem with everyone loving dogs and cats and wanting to adopt them and blah, blah, blah. But what I hate is this thing like, it's not their fault. It's the people. You don't know. Did that dog bite somebody in the family and the family pushed the dog? I don't know what the dog did. But here's what I'm saying. I'm not saying any dog should be abused or whatever. What I'm saying is if you can make compensations and possibilities for why you can love an animal, why can't you do that and have a positive thought about a human being on the planet?
oh yeah,
Why can't you do that? Why can't you think the best of someone instead of the worst? And here's the other thing. I'm gonna say this because this is mostly to Brian. Not that I think he's listening, but Brian does this all the time. But a lot of people do. This idea that well, the homeless are really bad in California. The homeless problem is all
it's
in
been
this
every state for
country.
decades. Yes,
It's all of our problems. When I was in school in Vermont at UVM, Vermont was paying homeless people to leave the state. By the way, Texas has a habit of doing that crap too. And here's the thing, I don't care, but what I do care about is people who claim to be good people and then are dissing states for having more homeless people or whatever. Like you're being ridiculous. If you want to be homeless, the best place to do it is in a warm state, by the way. Like you don't want to be homeless in Chicago. So I'm just saying, like, just stop with the nastiness. Let's get back to a place where we're good to each other. I maybe I'm a little bit hokey, but that's what happened on vacation.
I think a lot of what you're seeing in California comes from where you're at too.
What do you mean
I
where
know
I'm at?
when I grew up in New York, there was a lot of homeless people in the
There's been
70s.
a lot of homeless no matter where I live. So I'm not
Yes,
worried because
and
I actually seek out homeless people because I don't seek them out, but I don't ignore them is what I'm saying.
right. And there's homeless people everywhere. It's not any one state. They're using the current situation as a basis for an argument or a discussion or a debate, but it was happening before they got here.
And
And that's
here's
what
the thing: we're the wealthiest country in the world. We're the best country in the world. Really? Are we though? You know what I mean? Like we shouldn't have homeless people in this
No,
country.
that's the biggest thing. We should not have homeless people. No.
It shouldn't be that hard for you to have a medical moment, something happened to you and you have to have surgery. It shouldn't cost more than your salary to pay your medical bills. Whatever it is, that's a lot of the reasons why people end up homeless tends to be they lose a spouse, like Tony said, or they have a medical problem issue or something, and they end up going under financially.
Yes.
Those tend to be the bigger ones, and it's like,
Outside of losing your job or getting fired. I think that's right.
yeah. And look I'm just saying we can do better. But if I win the lottery, that would be one of the things I want to work on is trying to figure out a way in which in the private sector with people who I know are good, decent people who I would make sure have a salary, they never have to worry about working again, would get together to try to figure out a way to do this, like that we could do it from a grassroots point of view, like a think tank, just trying to come up with different ways and then making proposals and seeing if there's ways in which we can fix it. I think we'd be a better country if I think we'd be better people. I'd be so excited if we could actually solve the homeless crisis.
I think we also need to look at what's already been done.
Mm-hmm.
I want to get everything that's been done so I don't repeat anything previous, or at least what did not work.
Right.
I would suggest that easily.
Yeah.
Because a lot of situations with the homeless right now may be different than what we saw before.
Right.
Because for a lot of homeless people, I'm not going to lie, all you got to do is relocate them, they'll be fine. But there's a lot of relocating.
I mean, I don't know about that. Maybe it could be. I don't know. I think there's a lot of Band-Aid work. I think there's a lot of organizations that do a lot of things for homeless people. But when I say Band-Aid, I mean, it's not a full especially when it's families and kids, I feel like they really need somebody on a regular basis to be with them, to walk them through. It's just an idea. You know what I mean?
Mother needs that. The mother needs that. Yes, the parent of the kids.
Whoever it is, somebody to help and advocate.
The parents got to get their mind back into wanting to redo a resume, apply for a job. The parents have to get their mindset. The kids, they'll wash a car, they'll cut some grass, they'll deliver some newspapers, they'll work fast food. They won't care. Them parents will be like, I can't get back because I'm worried about them. You know what I'm saying? So that would be what I would think.
Figure it out. Well, I just feel like we have come up with such a great reason why we should win the lottery. You know what I mean? Jesse says, in my opinion, it doesn't matter why someone is homeless. They all need help. Exactly. Wait, what did Cynthia say? After they get homes, when they can work with animal shelters, 2 birds, 1 stone. Oh, 2 birds, 1 stone. Oh, it doesn't. Okay, I'm so confused. I lost that. Okay, wait. Audrey just said there are some people who play on the Homeless Act to get money out of you. Sometimes I can't read all this. Sometimes I'm hesitant because you don't know
what they want to really do
with their money. Okay, I'm going to address that in a second because I disagree with you. You have to get a few people of who you're really giving money to.
No, she's right. Well, go ahead.
They really need it. Okay, so Audrey, I'm going to just tell you. First of all, I disagree 100%. You don't have to. You don't. No one is telling you have to give money to anybody. No one. You don't ever have to give a homeless person money ever in your entire life. What you do need to do is, instead of being mean or cruel or dismissive of them or judgment of them, turn around and just send them a blessing and walk away. If you want to give money to an organization, there are plenty of organizations out there that you can check into. You can email me and I'll send you a list. If you want to give money that are actually helping people, you can do that. Again, it's this idea that we're judging people on a moment. If you giving somebody $20 and they are homeless and they've been sleeping on the street and they're miserable and they've been crying all day, whatever, and they want to go get a glass of wine, they want to go get a bottle of wine, I don't give a shit. I do it all the time. And that's what I'm saying is like, what is it that you think they're doing? They're going to go get high or go get drugs? Then don't give them any money. Give it to an organization. If I give money to a homeless person, I give it without condition. Because I'm like, you know what? Whatever. They're sitting here begging for a few bucks. I got a few bucks. I'm going to give it to them and walk away. No big deal. But I'm not going to make a judgment on them. If they're begging for money, they need it for something. Yeah. And it's, again, I'm not telling anyone. I don't usually give money to people. I do give money to, there's a couple of homeless people that come by and they take all of the bottles out of the trash here and they have the big trash bags. So I now save all my bottles and I meet them out there and I always put like $20, right? They're very nice people. I always put $20 in the bag for them. So it's like once every couple weeks and it's like, now I know them, whatever. And I don't think those homeless people are doing anything wrong. I think they're trying to figure out a way to get a few bucks to do whatever they're doing, you know? And even if they're going to go out and have a drink, I don't care, right? They're picking up recycling every day. Not every day, but they do it like every week here. So yeah, let's try not to be judgy is what I'm saying. You don't have to give money to anybody, but you can give it to organizations if you want, but you don't have to give money to anybody. Yeah.
Have they ever done a reality show where somebody goes and pretends, or I guess is the best word to say, to live like a homeless person and not say anything to nobody?
They've done that on TikTok, but why?
No, I mean like a for real show. Because like one thing, because I've talked to people that have become homeless or even are homeless, and they're like, you don't understand. There's so many things that you take for granted because people just say, get a job. You can't get a job if you don't have an address for them to send a check to or to put in your resume. And I feel say like, yeah, they say like, they'll put like a restaurant that's near where their car is because that's where they're living out of their car. And they're like, well, we called and this is a restaurant. Yeah, my phone, then have to make up something. Oh, my phone got turned off. It's not just get a job. There's more to it.
Yeah, Audrey, Audrey said, but there are homeless people that are really, really hungry that need it for food as opposed to those who want the money to get their fix. That's the difference. But that's what I'm trying to say. If you don't have that trust in people, I don't care if somebody's trying to get a fix. I'm not going to give money to somebody I can tell is a drug addict, but I'm just saying that's the judgment part. The reason why somebody wants to get a fix is because they're a drug addict now, and that's why they're homeless. And there's clearly something that's happened. There's a story why they've gotten to that place, right? There's a reason why somebody started doing cocaine or started doing fentanyl or whatever.
I agree with that. Yes.
And now they became homeless. So I'm just saying, like, I'm not telling anyone to give people money. I'm saying, let's be less judgy. Let's be more loving. Let's be more hopeful of humanity and be like, you know what? I'm going to give money to organizations that are helping those people. Look, the reason why, first of all, let me just tell everybody, in case you don't know, I worked for a nonprofit that all we did was help drug and alcoholic people and organizations that helped people who were homeless. I was with that organization for a very long time. It was a family foundation who's a very wealthy woman whose son extremely wealthy people whose son died of a drug and alcohol overdose. So it doesn't matter whether you're rich or poor, you can become a drug addict and end up killing yourself. And so that's why we don't want to be judgy. So this woman left all her money to this organization to find organizations who will help people, especially veterans. She had her son was not a veteran, but especially veterans. That's what we tried to help the most. And it was primarily men. So her foundation was very focused at the time on this. So the reason why I'm so adamant about it is probably one of my favorite jobs for about a minute till she passed away and her kids got in charge of it. But it's not only that, it's just because I lived part of that life too, right? So the reason why I'm so adamant about it, if you want to know organizations that are legit organizations, reach out to me. I will tell you who they are, and you can donate money to them if you want. All I'm asking is that we stop making these kinds of judgments. Just send blessings to people. You don't have to give nobody money. But if we want to be loving, kind, beautiful people, let's actually be those people. Let's treat people the way we treat dogs and cats who are homeless. That's all I'm asking. It's so sad. That's what I'm asking for. You know what I mean?
Yeah. One time, my church, we had like a little outreach, and we had like little packages of stuff. We literally went finding homeless people and gave them, socks and blah blah blah. Mm-hmm. And it's like, just do that once. I'm telling you right now, it's going to change you. Talk to them, and really, I got so emotional with one guy in particular, and everybody's like, "Are you okay, Rick?" I was like, he just got to me his story. And it's like, we gotta remember humans. You're human too. Yeah, I feel bad for the dogs that are suffering and the cats, but what about the humans?
I'm just saying you can treat them the same. I'm not saying we have enough love to give to everybody and to animals. You know what I mean? Like, you don't have to do one or the other. Hey, Darcy, how are you?
What's up, Darcy? How you doing?
Hey, Tony, is your friend Ted going on tonight?
I don't know yet. I haven't seen him.
I don't think, what's going on with him? Where is his show on a regular basis?
He's busy. We got busy this year. It's okay. We got plenty. We're going to do more. Yeah, we got plenty. We're going to do more. Like I tell everybody, we got plenty of time. We always going to do another one. I'm always trying to be ready. Oh, I plan on doing my own thing tomorrow night.
Oh, what time? Let's promote it.
Just turn your notifications on. Follow me. Linktree, Tony D. Original. Just be ready.
Okay, wait. Let's say it a little bit slower. What your LinkedIn thing is? What is it?
Tony D. Original. Common spelling, honestly. I did one.
Oh my God! Seriously, they still didn't get it. So it's Linktree. What is it? Tony D. Original.
Yes, you got it.
And then all your links are there.
Yes.
I'm trying to promote you.
And
also you can follow Rick at rickcosta.com. He has a show every single day.
Every day.
That is, what is it, Rick? I don't want to mess it up. It's going to be stupid.
It's a religious broadcast. Let's just put it out there.
Okay, but don't say religious. Okay. You can pray on the show. You can sing a song on the show. He also does prayers for individual people. Yeah, Tony, type your thing in the comments, or maybe Rick can. But we still never know what your link is, because I tried your Linktree. It never made sense to me.
What didn't make sense?
I couldn't find it. TonyDoriginal.com. Is it?
Tony
it's
D.
Linktree.
Original. Tony D. Original.
Put it in the comments. I'm saying, okay, here's the thing. If you put the Linktree thing and then put your thing, it doesn't come up easy. So you got to put it in the comments.
On YouTube, it does not.
All right, I just put in Google, just Tony D. Original, and the first thing that comes up is Linktree.
Okay, great. Now put it in the comments, Tony D. Original.
Oh, profile may contain content not appropriate for all audiences. I'm over 18. You got your OnlyFans on there?
What's on there? You got OnlyFans?
Can I answer that?
Yes, please.
I got it set for 18 and over. That's why it does that. The first thing everybody asks is, do you have an OnlyFans? Something wrong with y'all.
There's nothing wrong. We're just interested in the possibility. Nothing wrong. We're being honest. Thank you, Cynthia.
I just want clarity. That's all.
No, honestly, I got told that last year. They were like, you must got an OnlyFans. I'm like, what do you? I never did OnlyFans. Is that what it means when you have OnlyFans, that you got to get a warning and everything? No, I got mine set for 18 and over because I'm not trying to get caught up with no minors.
Okay, that's fair. Let me just answer something for Audrey. Audrey just made a good point. I think that I think with the animals, they can't speak for themselves. I think that's why people are so caught up with wanting to help animals more than humans. Oh, Jesse, in a minute, let me explain to you. Audrey, I agree with you. I understand that. But I also think it's easier to think negatively about people, and easier because animals are furry and cute. So I agree with you. But when we start thinking that people are beautiful and important and lovely, we can see more behind it. So it's not that animals can't speak for themselves. A lot of homeless people can speak for themselves, but we won't even look at them. We won't even take the time to talk to them. You know what I mean? So I hear you. But I think we need to start thinking about each other again in the way we used to, in a loving, kind, positive way. I'm not trying to be cheesy. I think this is my whole purpose on the planet, is to bring joy to people and to remind us of who we can be. I know that sounds like a big thing, but I'm being serious. Jesse, my love. Oh, Lord. Okay, good. Yes, Google it.
It's okay, Jesse. It's okay. You don't worry about it.
I adore you. I adore you. It was hard. It was hard to think about having to explain it to you. But a lot of people aren't, and there's some crazy people with weird fetishes and craziness. It's not, it's weird.
I am not on OnlyFans. If you see me on OnlyFans, that is not me.
No one said we're just messing with you, Tony.
No. People like to act with folks' accounts. And trust me, the links that I have up there, they're not my only social media accounts, but those are the main ones that I'm using for live streaming.
Wait, I just got so confused. So you have secret other accounts that you use? Hey, you just walked into that, baby.
Don't take long, boy. Don't take long.
You just walked right into that.
No, I don't have my Facebook on there. That's all. I don't have my Facebook on there.
Hey, Rick, why don't you put your rickcosta.com in there? I mean, I know it's pretty easy, but that way it's on there in the YouTube. You know what I mean? rickcosta.com. I have a comment. Melanie said, I have a comment, but it's more suitable for Rick's broadcast regarding how to treat all people. It's okay, Melanie. You can share a religious thing. It's okay. I didn't mean to make it sound like you can't. And you're such a regular visitor on our show. I let you pass on anything that you want to say. I know. You probably want to put down a biblical comment or something, or a passage. You please now do the comment. Jesse says whatever makes people happy. What?
Audrey says that's what the big books are. I've been told to go over that, so I'm not going on. There's too much of a stereotype against it.
Mario, the name like Tony D.
Mario, you ain't helping. You ain't helping.
Tony D with the OnlyFans. That's hilarious.
Oh my gosh.
That's really great.
So the guy that created, I'm sorry, this is going to totally change everything, but the guy that just created the X-Men cartoon, he was one mainly behind it. He just got fired because of apparently he had OnlyFans and they didn't like that.
Yeah. Well, a lot of people do have an OnlyFans account. They shouldn't.
And it's not everything on there is a sexual. That's the crazy part.
It doesn't matter. It has the connotation, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Well, that's on the business because some people up there legitimately. That is true. The original stereotype.
Yeah, but it's still. I don't look at. I know people want to fight this battle. It has a connotation of being more porn oriented than not, right? And so if you're going to have a page, that's the connotation that comes with it. I'm sorry, you can't be like, oh, but mine isn't really. It is what it is. Just own it and move on.
If I went on there and tried to do religious broadcasts, people be like, "You want OnlyFans? Bye." They got to lose all my followers.
I'm just. Or they're like, yes, finally, somebody who is preaching the word to us people. But you got to own it. You got to own it. You can't be trying to change what OnlyFans is because some person told me that there's somebody has like a foot fetish and that's not the same as porno. I'm like, it's still crazy. That's crazy. Like, I don't want to know that you have a foot fetish porno thing. That's weird. You know what I mean? Like, it's weird. I'm just saying. They should create a non-sexual site. It's right here, all about the joy. This is a non-sexual site. Tony D. I'm just answering Jessie. She said they should create a non-sexual site.
There are a bunch of them that turn sexual, in all honesty.
Really?
Yes.
Like what other one?
I don't know.
I think that sounded like I do know, but I don't want to talk about it.
There are a lot of sites that started out pretty good, and then the highly sexualized people jump on there and they bring more people, more attention, more subscribers, if you will, to their site. That's what happens.
People say that, controversy and sex and things like that is what gets you more followers or whatever. And I'm like, yeah. And look I know people don't like to read good news. We say we do, but we don't. People don't like to have like just, happiness talk or whatever. We say we do, but we really don't. And I think that's okay. But I believe we can still have a place where you can do something that isn't about all that crap all the time.
I agree.
You can. And we need it,
Of course.
But my God, I just realized we're an hour and 30 minutes. Wow. I can't believe it. Oh, Rick, you just said
she just keeps going to an hour and a half and she's always shocked. She does it every week.
I don't. I usually do an hour. Don't I usually do an hour, Rick?
Try to keep it to an hour usually. Yeah.
An hour and 10 minutes. Why is Tony looking at me like that? I follow this because it's not about all that crap. Thank you, Jesse. I appreciate you.
You gotta be grown, Jesse. We get grown. We can get crazy too, but I try to stay grown first.
Tony D. So, hey, Audrey, thank you so much for coming by and for chiming in and chatting. I appreciate you. Mario, Cynthia, Darcy stopped by. Melanie, as always, who never answered our question, but I'm not going to force her. But now I'm going to have to watch Rick's show tomorrow to see if she brings it up because I want to know. Again, TonyD.original,
Let's reach 100 messages.
rickcosta.com. And let me finish one more thing as you end on OnlyFans, right? Let me say one more thing because I got to get better about this. Please support the show. We're on YouTube. We're on LinkedIn. We're on Facebook. We have pages everywhere. You can go to allaboutthejoy.com and check out all of our information. We need some likes. We need some follows. And please tell your friends and family. And we hope to see you here again next week.
Happy
on All About the
birthday.
Joy.
Happy birthday.
Whose birthday is it?
Mario, so happy birthday to me.
Didn't we say happy birthday to him last week?
That's what I thought. Oh, he does like you, celebrates the whole month.
It's the whole month. Happy birthday, Mr. Dawson. We love you,
Happy
Mario. Oh, but he
birthday
probably
to
didn't know
you.
we said happy birthday to him last week.
Oh,
Happy birthday, Mario. We said it last week, but we love you. Happy birthday. And goodbye, everyone. And remember, it's all about the joy. Bye. Thanks for stopping by All About the Joy. Be better and stay beautiful, folks. Have a sweet day.